In our latest installment of No Days Off, Claire Dow sitting down with Central Catholic Irish dance team head coach Nikki Toland. 2008 Central Catholic grad, leading the squad to their third straight state hip-hop title and a second-place finish in jazz. Now, Toland danced all 4 years in high school and went on to join the dance team at Ohio State before eventually returning to her alma mater.
Actually has changed so much. Like, we've really transitioned, even like from my freshman and sophomore year to my junior and senior year. We kind of like reformed the dance team. We used to just do jazz and we just would do 1 or 2 performances a year. And then we kind of renamed it to make it IDT, or the Irish Dance Team, and decided to make it more of a hip hop team. And from there it kind of just grew. After my second year here, we transitioned from a club to a sport, and so now we're under athletics, so we're much more official that way as well. And then just 3 years ago, we decided to go into competition, and so we finally got into that realm.
Done fairly well in those 3 years. I mean,
Yes.
You haven't lost at state since then.
No.
What was your first year like competing on the compete circuit and then going to state and winning it in hip hop?
So I really had never followed the regional and state competition before, but my friend Melissa McGee, who's the Ohio State dance team coach, she also was an alum here. She was like, "You really should like look into competing. Like, I think you guys could do well." So 3 years ago, we're like, let's just go for it. And so we were just kind of hoping to make it to state. So we went into regionals and we're just like, let's just like, you know, do our best and let's just qualify. Like, that's all we were hoping for. And again, we had no idea what we were getting into. And then when we got down to states, you know, we like actually felt like we did pretty well. And then the fact that we won our very first year was like insane.
I just can't believe that it was only 3 years ago.
Yes.
Because when you walk in, I was at state a couple weeks
Yeah.
back, when you walk in, everybody is looking at you guys. Oh my gosh, there's Central Catholic, there's the Irish dance team, they're so good. You've created such a name for this program in such a short amount of time.
Yeah, actually, like our first year, you know, everyone was looking at us like we're a new team. They've never seen a team like this before. And so they all were kind of, you know, just interested to see like what we were bringing to the table. And they kind of were all like rooting for us, quite honestly, just because, you know, we were a new team and kind of were doing something different in the hip hop category. And so ever since then, you know, we've kind of just made a name for ourselves.
It's tough to win a back-to-back title,
Yeah.
let alone a third title.
Yeah.
You did that this year. Was there added pressure? I mean, you don't want to go into it feeling that way, but there had to have been a little bit on your shoulders, just feeling like, what if we don't get it?
Yeah, I mean, you can't help but feel the pressure. I mean, like, just everyone in the area is like, are you going back for like back-to-back, oh, 3-peat, you know, like they're all just like expecting you to go out there and win every time, considering we won our very first year going, so they don't really expect anything less. So yeah, we were feeling the pressure, but you know, we just, again, we're just trying to put something new out there and different than the other teams, because we are a very different team and a very unique team. So we just kind of wanted to showcase that, and so that's what we did this year and came out with another win. So
What was that moment like? It's the end of the day. You had to wait and sit and watch everybody else go. Obviously, you guys went off kind of a flawless routine, but you still don't know. It's such a subjective sport.
yeah, yeah, that's what's so different is, you know, like you have 3 judges, you have no idea like what they're looking for. Yes, there's a score sheet and you're judged on different categories, but still it's like what they're most entertained by at the time. So you really never know.
This year, you decided to dip your toe into jazz.
Yeah, why not?
You did really well. Small group jazz, you got second place.
Yeah.
Was that a surprise?
Yes. We, you know, first wanted, when we entered the state competition a couple years ago, we just wanted to start out in one category just to kind of like feel it out, see how we do. And then after, you know, the second year, I was like, I think we're ready to add another category. So I have, you know, decent talent in the jazz area. I have some girls who dance at a studio. So I was like, let's just try it out. Why not? And, you know, we were just, again, looking to, you know, make it to the state level. We're like, it would be great if we would place, but like, you know, we just want to try it out and just like show that we can do more than just hip hop. We're just not a hip hop team. And so the fact that we placed second was so surprising, but like such a cool moment yet again. At Central Catholic, I had an amazing time here. Like, I love this place. So that was always my goal, was to come back to Central in some capacity. And I went into education, and I was like, like someday I'd love to, come back and teach. And it just so happened that when I came back to teach, the dance team coach position opened up, as well as the dance class instructor. So I really got to come back and got the best of both worlds.
What did you learn at Ohio State, just from your experience as a student there and a dancer, that you kind of bring into your style of coaching?
So I kind of grew up more in the studio side of dance, and being at Ohio State and being more in a dance team environment, they're two separate things. I mean, dance team is like everyone has to look the exact same, like very uniform. It's all about like the formations and the transitions and just like how you look as a whole, instead of having like your own individual style, which is more celebrated in studio dance. So having that experience at Ohio State kind of really helped me to prepare, my team these days.
Toledo, we talked a little bit about it, just has such a strong representation at the state tournament. What goes into that? Why is that?
Toledo has always been just a huge city for dance, quite honestly. Like, we just have such strong studios in the area, and so we've always been a big dance city. And so naturally our high school dance teams are very talented, and we're really represented down at the state level. Like, almost everyone makes it down to the state level, which is really cool.
I just loved being able to see, obviously you guys win hip hop for the third year.
Yeah.
You went nuts. But for jazz too. I mean, it was just as exciting.
Yeah, we were just like, obviously all in shock. Like, what? Like, our first year and we got second place? Like, that is just like unheard of. Like, I'm just so proud of our girls for, just putting themselves out there and trying a new style, and then for them to just succeed and excel in it was amazing.
Another thing that I think you should be very proud of your team, the way that they watch the other girls compete. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was so neat to see. Obviously, like, we're sitting and watching the girls dance, and you look right above, and there's Irish dance team just going nuts, cheering people on, getting you yourself included, standing up, yelling, cheering. It just makes the other teams perform even better. And I mean, those are your competitors, and to see your girls and yourself included cheer on your competitors like that, it's a neat thing. Yeah,
I mean, my girls like just genuinely like love dance. So just to like watch it and like be around it and like see, different teams doing different things, like they just like love being in that environment and just seeing like, everyone go out there and do something new. So it's always just like a fun opportunity for us.
And it definitely just speaks to the type of people you have on your team, just their character as humans, not just dancers.
Yeah, I honestly have such an amazing special group of girls. We just have a bond like no other, and I always tell them, like, you guys are like so different from other teams. Like, we like just genuinely like love each other and like want the best for each other. Like, there's never competition between each other. Like, we always are wanting to better ourselves. And so the girls like are, we correct each other and they take it well, instead of like, not everyone can take like corrections from their peers, and, everyone sees it as like they're making me better. And, that's just what's made us like as good as we are right now. Because again, I'm just a coach by myself. I don't have an assistant, so it's hard for me to watch 20 girls at a time. So we rely on each other a lot. We'll pair up and they watch each other and give it, hype each other up and give each other corrections, and that's kind of like formed that bond that we have. And you can tell that we like genuinely love this team and each other when we go out there and perform.